Good morning students. Today we are going to start new lesson number 12, friction. Let us understand about the term friction. So first let us understand what is friction. Friction is a type of force which opposes the motion of an object over a surface. So friction acts between the object and the surface. Let us understand this with the help of few examples. Suppose you throw a ball and the ball starts rolling on the ground. You observe that after moving a certain distance, it stops. We'll understand about this, that why does it stops after covering a few distance. If we stop pedaling a bicycle, it gradually slows down and stops after some time. Why does this happens? It happens because of the force of friction between the wheel and the rope. Let us understand this with the help of another example. Suppose you are pushing a cupboard, and by pushing you are applying the force. So that is your pushing force. But the cupboard is touched with the ground and the two surfaces are in contact. One, the surface of the cupboard, and another, the floor surface. So when you apply the force to push the cupboard, the force of friction tries to stop it. It always acts in the opposite direction. It means that if you apply the force along the left side, the friction will oppose it towards the right hand side and vice versa. So the force of friction always opposes the applied force. So in this activity, a force of friction acts between the surface of the cupboard and the surface of the floor. So does it depend on the smoothness of the surfaces? Is the frictional force different for different type of surfaces? Let us find out. So actually the factors which affect the friction are: number one, the nature of the surface. Means if it is a smooth surface, the friction is less. And if it is a rough surface, the friction is more. For example, when you walk on a wet floor, the surface is very smooth and there are chances that you might fall down. Why? Because the surface is very small, the friction is less, and hence we may fall down. So the friction depends upon these two factors. The first factor I have explained, the surface, the nature of the surface, that is smooth or rough. The second factor is how hard the surface is pressed together. Means if you want to push a heavier box or a heavy cupboard, you need to apply more amount of force. But if the cupboard is very light weight, then easily you can push it. It means if it is heavier, the surfaces are pressed together. But if it is lighter, the surfaces are lessly pressed together. So these are the two factors which affect friction. Another example is given. Here you can see an inclined slope and a rolling board is placed on the inclined slope. If the inclined slope is smooth, the rolling board will be easily rolled and covered a more distance. But if the inclined slope is made rough, then the rolling board will cover a less distance. So this shows that the surface, the friction is affected by the nature of the surface. So what we have concluded, friction is more on a rough surface and less on a smooth surface. This I had explained just now, that if it is a heavier box, the surfaces are pressed harder and hence the friction is more. If the surfaces are not pressed harder, means if it is a lightweight, the surfaces are not pressed harder and hence the friction is less. Now, how can we measure friction? You can see your activity 12.2 for this, page number 147. The activity is tie a string around a brick and pull the brick by a spring balance. You need to apply some force. Note down the reading on the spring balance when the brick just begins to move. It gives you the measure of the force of friction between the surface of the brick and the floor. Now wrap a piece of polythene around the brick and repeat the same procedure. What you will observe? You will observe that when you have wrapped a polythene piece, the friction is less. So this activity suggests or concludes that we can measure friction with the help of spring balance. Second thing, that friction depends on the smoothness of the surfaces. Now let us see what is a spring balance. A spring balance is a device used for measuring the force acting on an object. You might have seen this device at your homes to measure weights of your bags or suitcases. When you are traveling abroad, there we have to maintain certain weight. So at home we can purchase the spring balance and we can measure the weight. This is also helpful in measuring the friction. You can note down the readings. The readings are given there. The pointer will move and you can note down the readings, and these readings will give you the magnitude of the force. So, I hope you have understood today's video. Write down this homework in your science notebook and read the chapter pages 146 and 147.